Gaze up! You're surrounded! Come out with your hands on your head!
Goddamn, I need a drink.
What's up, everybody? Lawrence Accountability just put on a master class on how to take back a public meeting. Hope you check out the entire video over on his channel. I took out a few clips of it. He's given some great lessons in how to handle a public meeting. Pay attention, people. Take some notes. This man is incredible. He's a true inspiration. Thanks for what you do, Lawrence Accountability. Enjoy the video, everybody. Be good humans. Don't be a dick.
I'm here to talk about a failure in leadership. It's been about a year, a little over a year since Richard Lockhart came to Lawrence. He name-dropped this book when he came to town. It's called Police Accountability, the Role of Citizen Oversight, written by Samuel Walker. He's a recognized expert when it comes to police oversight. I don't know that Rich has actually read this book, because it keys on oversight. And I bring up oversight because the last CPRB meeting was canceled, but in that meeting he was about to bring more reports that are inadequate, that have been published before complainants have been contacted. The PC 22-129 in the CPRB minutes that you'll see, or I hope you'll review, was a bias complaint that I made standing at this podium. And I hope you all remember it. That bias complaint has been closed, just simply closed. It was the only jaywalking ticket that was given in this city in 2022, given to a homeless person who couldn't afford to pay. I've demanded that that be escalated to the CPRB to give them something to do, and I've also demanded an explanation. Richard Lockhart is employed by the city of Lawrence, a city in which I've resided for more than 30 years before he was hired and moved here. I am a taxpayer and the citizen who made the bias complaint that was referenced. Not only was there no inquiry with me for any further information about the bias complaint or the allegation, this complaint has reached resolution, if you want to call it that, meaning that it was closed, which is not one of the options listed at the bottom of the complaint report. Now that complainant, me, a taxpaying citizen, is asking for an answer to how that could be reported without me receiving any contact, and I am not hearing anything back. Rich Lockhart sent me a letter last month after I called out his December problems. Additionally, I want to apologize to you for not getting this letter to you before the complaint outcome was reported to the CPRB. This was an error on our part, and we will be working to improve the process. Where's that work happening? In this book that Rich Lockhart so eloquently name-dropped, but I don't think read, on page 4 you'll find a paragraph that talks about 3 departments that had issues. In all of these departments, the guilty officers apparently felt reasonably sure that they would not be reported by their fellow officers and never be disciplined by their departments. The problem of police misconduct, in short, is not a few bad officers, but dysfunctional police departments where accountability mechanisms have either broken down or never existed in the first place. I want to tell you right now that that paragraph in Rich Lockhart's recommendation is why I've been in front of you for more than a year now.
Thank you, Michael.
It's your problem to fix.
Next, general public.
I was looking at what's coming on today's agenda, and I noticed that you all aren't appointing anyone to the Community Police Review Board again. It just seems crazy if we have vacancies.
Chris, that's an item that's on our agenda, so if you
I guess I'll pull it.
Thank you.
And I just want to remind the commission that the business of the commission is first and foremost by and for we the people, the business of we the people and our democracy. There's also business of business, but the commission needs to make sure that it doesn't see itself as just some kind of electorally graced homeowners association. And in that vein, I would like to remind the mayor that I've seen, I haven't had time to come down in person, but I've been trying to pay attention to the meetings, and I've noticed that you've referred to this assembly of people, we the people, you could call us members of the public, as the audience. This is not a theater performance. This is not a TV show. There is theater involved in this. There you perform your responsibilities. But this is an assembly. This is protected under the First Amendment. And so I would urge you and ask you to refer to us as the public, the people, those in the assembly, when you're calling for our comment in the future. And in general, I think we need to really widen the scope of how we might want to make our democratic input in this city more vigorous. Thank you.
I was looking at what's coming on today's agenda, and I noticed that you all aren't appointing anyone to the Community Police Review Board again. It just seems crazy if we have vacancies.
Chris, that's an item that's on our agenda, so if you
So I guess I'll pull it.
Thank you. Consent agenda, item D, which is items on the consent agenda are considered under one motion and approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. Members of the public wishing to speak on an item that will be pulled off the consent agenda will be limited to 3 minutes for comments. Any items that commissioners want to pull off? How about members of the audience?
D4.
Member of the public, D1A.
Was D4A the...
D4 is the appointment.
On Zoom? 4A, receive appointments.
Before I go into talking about this appointment, I'd like to point out that this appointment, if you guys have gone online because they don't print it out here, that this appointment is for the Housing Board. It doesn't have anything to do with the CPRD, which is what Chris was about to address during his public comment. So I'm going to demand right now that the mayor stop this meeting and allow Chris to have his 3 minutes of public comment, and then we continue this.
Your time is right now, Michael.
My time is right now, so I assume Chris is just going to be shut down and not given his 3 minutes to speak?
No, he'll get...
Is he going to be given 6 minutes to speak? Because we've got a housing authority appointment here. This is not CPRD. It should be CPRD because members are dropping like flies, and I wonder why that is. Could it be the control of the police department being exerted on them? What is it? Lockhart comes in here and controls that meeting, refuses to allow them to go into executive sessions, refuses Minor the opportunity to control his own meeting. Lockhart brings bullshit reports into the CPRD, but you guys can't appoint members. And I know that you have applications. I know that you have untouchable applications that you refuse to even look at. Those voices are needed in the room. Those voices are desperately needed in that room because you're getting one side of the narrative. One side of the narrative is what causes stories in newspapers like what we've seen over the weekend. One-sided narratives is what you're getting at the CPRB. How about we start appointing some members that don't just automatically buy into the BS that Lockhart spins? How about we appoint some members that will actually start asking the questions and pushing the board toward the authority they talk about that they want? Whatever happened to the idea that we were going to expand that to cover more complaints? What happened? Lockhart started voluntarily bringing in his version of a complaint report that we were just supposed to accept and not talk about that anymore.
A lot of these things, I think, is just a part of us telling our story better.
But his version of a complaint report does lack quite a bit of context.
Michael, does this have something to do with the appointing of the boards?
Yes, because you need oversight of the police department.
Okay. That's what I want to hear.
Right, and you're responsible right now, Mayor, for doing those appointments. And the next one that we would see, we would like to see that appointment last longer than less than a month.
Other public comment on this item?
Thanks for watching the video, everybody. Don't forget to do the YouTube crap. Like, share, subscribe, comment. You know the deal. And remember, cops don't know the law. That's why I created NoIDForYou.com. I want you to know the law better than the cops. It's a growing list of links and resources to laws by state, LEO policies, case law, poster 7, and more. All for you to download for free, save them, print them, share them, give them to friends and family. Just make sure you get the knowledge and you share it with everybody. Then keep the laws with you, on your phone, on the sun visor in your car, in your pocket. Just be prepared. Don't argue the law with the cops, read them the law. Then shut the hell up. Have a good day, everybody. Thanks for watching. Be good humans, and don't be a dick.
North Valley Parkway and 31st Avenue. There was a car collision and the other people involved in the crash are getting very aggressive with the cops, with the officer. There's only one officer here. The officer has told the dad and the son to back off multiple times and they're just elevating. Why 911? Because he's over there getting aggressive.